smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. I said you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want. Yeah, I been so my frustration, I was waiting to shine. My father taught me don't be soft, so now I'm taking what's mine. I define myself as ambitious, young, black, and gifted. Master P, my masterpiece. That mean I don't got no limits. Bout it, I doubt it. My homies know you ain't ratted. We break you down like a pound. I got it, don't pound to surround me. I'm corrupted, flow cold and it's rugged, bumpy. What is up? I'm ready for war. You got to love it like black, yeah. And it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, what? And it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, what? Whole squad like, yeah, and it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, yeah, and it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. No, I said you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want. This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the leg.
Coach, it is a sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle. We just heard it, and that means it's time for football at CenturyLink Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Los Angeles Rams and the Seattle Seahawks. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
What? I'm playing. Go. Go. 49. Check 49.
Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 27-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
4 now. 5.
Gone. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. Goff finding Cooks on a big play. 42 yards. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. Does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't. but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays.
Touchdown, LA! Tyler Higbee, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Here's Rashad Penny, first carry for the former San Diego State Aztec. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here, up to the 34. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
On second down, here's Penny, and he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Wilson going to fake the give and keep it himself. This one out quickly to Watkins. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
1-yard loss on the play. It's now 3rd and 10.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And this is caught by Watkins. It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks.
A gain of 12 yards.
And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play.
Quit talking about it and bring it. Slam.
Wilson leaves this one with Penny. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now Wilson to throw on 3rd down. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give him 6 yards in the 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Hey, 0. Hey, guys, listen. 41. Trot. Right here.
Now Wilson on first down. And Kelvin Benjamin's got it. A gain of 6 there on first. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sidelines thinking to themselves and expressing, just keep throwing it.
Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. Watkins, the intended receiver.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Meanwhile, Goff to Gurley as he drops it on for his running back. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys? Coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night, guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down.
Hey, Orbit.
Gone. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It's a gain of 11 and a first down L.A. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And he's got the hook up here. It's Woods. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And he's taken down inside the 30. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Gurley again here on first down. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Hey, kill. I got you. Check. Hey, alert 3.
Goff going to hand it to Gurley. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
49 to Mike, mark 49. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. 76. Mark 49. Go. I got you.
Goff now looks to throw. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So that'll back him up 5. Out there now, the lefty Tavecchio for the Falcon field goal. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. And this one is right down the middle. And the lead moves to 10-zip. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Let's go.
At their own 22-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Mike. 280. Crunch down, defense.
From the 25 on second down, Wilson. And, oh, look at that, a diving catch. 10 yards and a Seattle first down.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Go. 14. Check. Check it back.
From the gun, a give to Penny. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now it's Wilson. They set up the screen to Penny. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down.
Check three. Alert.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. Tackle made there by the UCF man, Mike Hughes.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Goff on 3rd down. Gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0, our score. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend.
Check.
Here we go on 4. Goff. He's got Mason complete. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot. Because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. But he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put in.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Here's Goff. He gets it to Cooks. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 19. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Brandon Cooks. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Rams tack on to their advantage.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
The Seahawks take over first and 10.
Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays, and target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Not that time for Watkins, but it'll be 2nd down. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. To throw again, Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Samson Ebukam, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
Go, guys, 4 down, 4 down. 54.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He'll let it fly for Austin. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. After the interception, here's Gall. He'll let this go end zone for Green. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Marcus Green in the final seconds of the first half. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. Tavecchio good on the extra point. And a rout is on here in this first half. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Sammy Watkins, 79 yards. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. So now a 2-point conversion attempt coming for Wilson and the Seahawks. From the gun, it's Wilson. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Now it's Lockett. 12 yards on the return that time. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
At their own 24-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
That'll go as a loss of 5, and it'll be a 2nd and long. It's caught. Lockett. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Kill. Turn up. 14. Check 4. He's coming. We got double up. Check nickel.
And here's Wilson on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you can attempt to play the field position game.
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
I'm going back to you.
They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A good pickup, 17 yards, and also a Rams 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley, another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down L.A.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Cut. 120. Let's go. Watch time. Tight end right. 3 down. Switch.
On 1st down, it's Gurley. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. The tackle there by Quandre Diggs. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And he'll find his target. Woods, it's complete. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Yet another carry here tonight for Gurley. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Goff, a quick throw, complete to Cooks. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 23. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Goff turns and gives to Gurley. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Again they run with Gurley. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Rams on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 11. Here's Goff. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. 6 yards in the wrong direction that time. Not only that, but it brings up 4th. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. This to make it a 3-score game late. Tavecchio puts this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Here a throw taken in by Watkins. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard
line. Wilson now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
No. All goes special.
And this is caught by Watkins. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Blue 15. Hey guys, listen. I don't even know why his team. Hey, look. 41, 61.
Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't, because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, he was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the receivers in a bunch. Maybe you move some motion. Maybe you put them on the backside of a formation, and all of a sudden you've got a better matchup. Every now and then, the offensive guys, they figure a way to get him open, even with everyone keeping eyes on him.
And that's certainly a guy they want to keep trying to scheme open. Flush to his right. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Throwing again here, Wilson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that just...
It's caught inside the 25. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A huge gain of 40 yards on the third down conversion. Wilson will throw again. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. I think this is what this game's become now. Just go deep, see if we can get something to go our way.
Yeah, not the most creative or most inventive play call there, but not much has worked for them throughout this game. They're almost at a loss about what to dial up.
To throw again on second down. Wilson, this is caught. Watkins. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Sammy Watkins. His second touchdown of the night. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. So now a two-point conversion attempt coming for Wilson and the Seahawks. Wilson going to fake the give and keep it himself. That's caught. And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead a little bit further. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Now it's gone. Open man, Higbee, the tight end. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
And it's third down.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Give them 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and minicamps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Check nine.
From the pistol, it's Gurley. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. 2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. Here's Gurley now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So now the field goal unit trots out there for the 3rd time tonight. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will get the lead up to 14. So they settle for just the 3. But clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt. Obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off. But it's still 8 up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
That's it, man. We got work.
At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Gotta go, in and out, let's go.
Wilson now to throw again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Deshaun Hand in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
Mike 54. Here we go. Check.
3rd and long, it's Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Watch the shit. Check.
They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Goff with a kneel down here, and that should put a conclusion to this one.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. So the L.A. Rams with a victory here. And I know I'm not breaking any news when I say that any road win in this league is a good one.
No doubt.
But it's a double bonus when you get a victory on the road in your division.
And when you start a season, each team breaks down their schedule in different ways. Some do it every 4 games, right? Let's go quarterly. Others say, listen, we've got to take care of our home field. And, you know, out of a 16-game season, if you get 8 at home, let's at least win 7 at home and split our road games. That's what you're trying to get done. So you're exactly right. A road win precious, especially within the division.
So for the Rams, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-5. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week where they take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, it's a loss that could have implications on the playoff race as they fall to 9-4. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the